Hello and welcome to Pulling Power, where this week we're going to get all down and dirty. We've come to Tuscany, where it looks like the weather's come out to play to test this, the latest Jeep Grand Cherokee. But I'm a little bit confused because this don't look like a new one.
No, this is very definitely the old one. The giveaway is the square headlamps instead of the round ones. And before we test the new one, we've got to remind ourselves how bad the old one was. So let's do that, shall we?
Now, don't be fooled by Mr. Rutherford's indifference. I happen to know that he's got a bit of a soft spot for this great big lump of US iron. To me, though, it's always been a truck in disguise with baggy handling, lumbering engines and woeful fuel costs. Bizarrely, though, it hasn't stopped them becoming a regular sight on the local school run, so it must have something going for it. I just cannot, for the life of me, see what makes this car worth 30 odds grand. Now, how can I put this to him?
Come on, you don't have to be polite. You're underwhelmed by it, aren't you?
I am, Mike. I'm a little bit numb by this Jeep Grand Cherokee. I've never really been a fan of the brand, and I've never really been a fan of this, the outgoing model. I'm a driver, and I like driving cars. I like pushing a car into a corner and feeling what it's doing underneath the tyres. With this, every time I go into a bend and I make a steering input for a bend, I always find myself having to correct the steering input. I know that agriculturally, this is a very, very durable off-roader, and I don't think they can be knocked for that. They are fantastic off-road.
Yeah, where would you take this then? What would be a typical place where you drive this?
Other than a brick wall.
To a boot fair?
Yeah, I mean, this is redneck territory, isn't it? This car is dare I say, it's trailer park trash. That's where this car lives, that's where it breathes, but they're not really for me. They don't tick my box. I'm really excited about driving the new one. Let's hope they've made some significant improvements. Well, Mike, there it is, the brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee. Hey, what do you think of that?
It's got round headlights and, I don't know.
What, you're speechless?
I just don't know.
Mike Rutherford, speechless. You don't see that often.
I just don't know.
You'll have to join the two Mikes after the break when we find out what we think of the Jeep when we get it on the road. See you in a bit.
For the latest motoring news, reviews and road tests, you can visit itv.com/motoring. Now, before the break, young Mike Rutherford here didn't have an opinion on this car, but you must have one now.
No, it's not often I'm speechless, but I was initially with this because I'm slightly underwhelmed, to be honest. The more I'm looking at it, the more it's growing on me. This at least says it's a piece of Detroit iron, and it's all the better for that. These round headlights are brilliant. A real Jeep must have round headlights. Never mind what it looks like, Mike. It's all about the driving experience.
Can't wait.
And you're my designated pilot.
Well, Mike, here we are. My first drive of the brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee. I've got to say...
No, let me say, from where I'm sitting, I can feel the difference from the passenger seat, and that's a good sign.
Oh, there is a difference.
The best way to feel how good a car is through your bottom. That's
well,
what
I am
always
trusting
say.
my bottom, and I trust my bottom vigorously on every occasion,
You
Michael, and for once it's making all the right noises to me and not wrong noises, which you don't want coming out of my bottom, but just little things. On the previous model, when you put a steering input in, you had to make a correction halfway into the bend. With this, it holds its line, it just feels more positive, and it feels very much more car-like. It does feel like a big saloon, comfy car.
Right.
It doesn't really feel like I'm driving an off-roader, so maybe they have got that compromise exactly right. They want to be pitching this car, remember, at the XC90, the BMW X5 market, the Mercedes M-Class market.
Which brings me on to highly paid footballers.
They will go and buy the 5.7 litre Hemi.
And there are plenty of them around, and it will be half a week's wages for them, you know, a couple of days, Monday, Tuesday, kicking, chasing a ball around on the training field, and then after that they'll be able to afford a 5.7 litre Hemi.
But they'll only go and ruin it, Mike. You know they're going to put 20-inch rims on it with spinners, lower it down to the deck.
Bling, 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 and all that. It's moved on. They've recognised that people don't drive these things off-road very often, if ever. And so if it's going to spend 99.9% of its life on road, you might as well tip the balance in favour, if you like, of on-road manners rather than off-road capabilities.
Well, we've driven the old and we've thoroughly tested the new, but what do me and Mike really think about the new Jeep Grand Cherokee? Mike?
It's very simple. It really is so easy to work out, this vehicle. What Chrysler Jeep have done, taken the old one, if you like, a 4x4 truck, an old mud plugger, transferred it into a proper luxury all-wheel drive saloon car almost.
Unlike all the other manufacturers who seem to be taking their luxury proper motor cars and turning them into trucks. That's it for me and Mike. We'll see you next time on Pulling Power.
For the latest motoring news, reviews and road tests, you can visit itv.com/motoring.